All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are talking about the Houston Rockets in tonight's video, folks. This is probably the deepest team in the entire NBA, folks. The Rockets just won 41 freaking basketball games. Their best player, Alperen Sengun, missed the last chunk of the season. Tari Eason played 22 whopping basketball games. Jalen Green suffered and struggled for the first 50 games of the season. The Rockets won the most games last season in win differential in the entire NBA. Folks, the Rockets, after going 41 and 41, 500 team, they have 6 players on their roster that can legitimately take the developmental leap into stardom. Guys, you're littered and loaded with young talent. You're littered and loaded with veteran talent. Steven Adams, Dylan Brooks, Freddie Double V. You have one of the best coaches, one of the most respected coaches in the entire league in Ime Udoka. Raphael Stone got so much weird backlash from NBA media after the James Harden trade. It's turned into Reed Sheppard. Reed Sheppard just got drafted by the Rockets. Folks, if I told a Rockets fan watching this video right here, right now, 1 year ago, that next year your team will win 41 basketball games after being the worst team in NBA history for the last 3 seasons, you will win 41 games, almost make the play-in despite various injuries, and you'll still have the 3rd pick. Guys, Reed Sheppard was one of the best players in college basketball last season. So welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're talking about the Houston Rockets in today's video. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for more. If you could try and get this video to 100 likes, I would really appreciate it. So, for non-Rocket fans, the big thing this offseason was which star are they going to get? And we're sitting here as hardcore, legit Rocket fans thinking, you know what? We're a year away from being a year away. We're a year away from it. We have a huge year from Alperen Sengun on the way. We have a huge year from Jalen Green on the way. And so many people are freaking out about paying all of our young players. And when I'm sitting, I'm reading these comments, I'm reading these tweets, and I'm thinking to myself, if you have this young 6, right, guys, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., Alperen Sengun, Amen Thompson, Reed Sheppard, Cam Whitmore, Tari Eason, if you have to pay all 6 of those players, that's one of the best problems you could ever imagine in any sport ever. This upcoming season, is Alperen Sengun our star franchise piece? We'll know very soon. He's probably going to get a max from Houston either way. But moving on, because I'm a little bit more solidified on Alperen Sengun than I am the rest of the Rockets roster, let's move down the line here. Jalen Green. Everyone's freaking out, worried about paying Jalen Green. Folks, he was the 2nd pick in the draft 4 years ago. If you have to pay Jalen Green because he's too good and you don't want him to walk, once again, very good problem. But going to the whole Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, all of these quote unquote star shooting guard trade upgrades, that's a next year thing. Because if Jalen Green does not do well, and if he did how he did in the first half of this past season, inefficient scoring, lack of defense, lack of contribution, you're not going to pay him. You're not going to extend him. Well, let's say he played the way he did in the second half, where we're seeing 30 burgers left and right with lettuce, ketchup, mayo, onion, the whole shebang. You pay him. You pay him rightfully so. Jabari Smith Jr., I did a live stream today on my Rockets podcast, and we were talking about Lauri Markkanen, because Lauri Markkanen is a target that kind of fits the Rockets agenda here, right? People wanted them to trade for Mikal Bridges. People wanted them to trade for, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, this and that. But we're just not quite there yet. But a Mikal is a little bit younger, and a Lauri's a little bit younger, and you're getting a 7-footer who can shoot. And so I'm doing my Rockets podcast today, and we're talking would you trade Jabari Smith Jr. for Lauri Markkanen straight up? And it's logically from a GM standpoint, your job's on the line, money's on the line, people are about to get fired, you're about to get fired. You know what? Maybe, yeah, I'll take that. But Jabari Smith Jr. might have the highest floor. Jabari Smith Jr. literally 1 month ago turned 21 years old. He's a phenomenal rebounder. He can stretch the floor. We saw various 40% shooting in month splits last season from Jabari Smith Jr., but he's 21. And I don't think Jabari being drafted at number 3, people's expectation, this is my whole like philosophy with the Houston Rockets offseason. People expect Rome to be built in one day. I take the stance where it's like, I think all roads will lead to Rome eventually. Jabari Smith Jr. is 2 years into the NBA. He had an intriguing but, non-consistent rookie season. He bounces back next year, shows his versatility offensively and defensively with his crazy length. Yes, he needs some handles, but just because a dude's drafted 3rd overall in the NBA draft doesn't mean I need him to be a 30, 10, and 10 player. So Jabari Smith Jr. and Tari Eason fall into similar camps where it's like, these guys' floors are like, pretty high. Their ceilings are, pretty high. But we want more sample size. I want more reps with Tari Eason and Jabari Smith Jr. So then you go to last year's rookies. Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson, folks, when he was a starter, was putting up crazy statistics. I get it. He's not the best 3-point shooter in the NBA. I get it. Cam Whitmore was like a solidified, undisputably top 10 draft pick 1 year ago. And he fell all the way onto the Rockets' lap towards the late stage of the first round. Cam Whitmore put up like 13 points per game last season for the Houston Rockets coming off of the bench. People were worried about his character. Give me a freaking break, man. So you have Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., Alperen Sengun, Amen Thompson, Cam Whitmore, Tari Eason. And now you bring in number 7 and number 8, and that's Reed Sheppard and AJ Griffin. Now, AJ Griffin in Nate McMillan's system 2 years ago in his rookie season was very utilized. And we saw very good 3-point shooting from AJ Griffin. He had the most efficient volume 3-point shooting rookie season by a teenager in NBA history, 56%. But he's probably going to be your 11th man. Reed Sheppard, people are freaking out because Aaron Holiday was just re-signed. So the Rockets' 15-man rotation is solidified now. So you will not see a big-time move from the Houston Rockets unless something falls onto Rafael Stone's lap or table and it's just too good of an offer to refuse. But most likely, the Rockets are done making offseason moves. People are worried about Aaron Holiday. People expect too much from rookies immediately. Sometimes your rookie draft picks don't translate immediately. Like Aaron Holiday might just be legitimately all around a better basketball player than Reed Sheppard in his rookie season. Minutes are no longer gifted, but keep in mind at the same time, we were worried about Cam Whitmore getting minutes last season. We were worried about Amen Thompson getting minutes last season, and they both got plenty of them, all right? Yeah, maybe they could have used a little bit more. They could have been more utilized, but you get my point. The cream always rises to the top. Reed Sheppard was a phenomenal draft pick, one of the best in the entire class, if not the best. The Houston Rockets, their target this upcoming season, no, it's not the play-in, folks. It's 50 freaking wins. And I think the Rockets are going to get there. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you guys enjoyed it, and give me how many wins will the Houston Rockets finish with this upcoming season down below. Peace.